Hey, update this week, guys. You may have noticed that the pipeline or the dashboard has changed. We've added a new widget here and reorganized this a little bit so that these appear at the top because they're actually actionable data points instead of just sort of like these visual graphs that look all fun. Uh, First update is any required action is now going to be indicated as red, so just draws your attention a little bit to it. It's going to pull your attention a little bit better. We now have a pipeline view, so you see up here at the top, you got pipeline next to loans, in between loans and leads. You can manage your pipeline by clicking on this widget. It's going to drop you directly into a place that's going to show you actionable items. So in this case, it's going to allow you to sort by loan review requests, letters that have been requested, conditions that need reviewing, or documents that are past due, conditions that are past due. So in this case, you can see this client has 10 conditions past due. So if I clicked on this loan, we'll go to the conditions. You can see here 10 conditions are past due, and we've got all these dates that obviously were beyond. So that's why it's saying that. So if I go into here and I pick a new due date and apply this to all, click save, and save those changes, you'll notice now that the 10 goes away, and if I go to my pipeline view, that loan actually won't appear anymore because that was the only required item in this area. So for pipeline management, this should help you because you'll probably primarily use them for conditions needing review and conditions that are past due, but you can sort based on or filter based on these. I guess it is sort technically based on these fields, so just click it once or twice depending on what you want to look at. The most documents will pull to the top. If you click it twice, you can see all these numbers here. We're actually going to be in a patch later this afternoon going to be getting rid of reference number and going to be adding a really cool feature that will that actually allows you to set up an expiration date for your pre-approval letters. So if I click on a loan, you can see there's a new field here called pre-approval expiration date. This will assign a date that you can now add to your pre-approval letters so that the letter itself will have a date where their credit's expired. So typically it's like 90 days since you pulled the credit report. So when you're registering a new customer, if you need to set an expiration date for when that letter's good for, go ahead and click on this icon, pick the date, and make sure that it's added to your letter template. So if I go to my loan here, I can go to my pre-approval letters. You'll probably want to change your main template, not edit your loan letter like I'm doing here. But I'm going to go ahead and add this, say right here, letter expires. And then I'm going to go ahead and select the date, which is under loan details and approval expiration date. Now, if you guys need any help, you want to add this to your letters, please let us know. But you can see now that this will appear on the letter. If I save the changes, go back to my loan, this date here, which I think is 11/16, should appear now on this template. There it is. So that's the letter expiration date, expiration date, and that'll I think that'll be useful for some of you guys. A relatively new feature we also added is the ability for you to indicate how much assets or verified liquid assets the client has. So you see in this case that there's $0 entered there, and the client can see a qualified status. If you enter any assets, so let's say that you verify that they've got $5,000 in liquid assets to use, this is probably the down payment money that they have. I'm going to say this is a checking account. If you exceed this number in total down payment, it's going to kick back a different status. It's going to tell them they're not qualified, and it will say that the listed assets are insufficient to cover the down payment. So this is just another form of validation, to pair alongside a debt to income, which is relevant in decision making when it comes to qualifying for a loan. A couple of improved settings here you can take a look at. I'm going to go to my settings menu. And we've added a button here to use what we call the old 1003 system, which basically allows for or forces a short form 1003 instead of the ability for you to select long or short form. If you indicate this is the required feature, we're never going to collect the social. So this is, from a compliance perspective, this is one of those things that won't necessarily need review, because we're not really collecting any PPI in this case. So if that's a concern of you or your company, then what we can do is we can select that we're going to use the old 1003 system instead of the new one, and that will circumvent any compliance issues that you guys have. We also added a new setting in loan templates which will hide the email milestone completion percentage. So as a template, as a part of our milestone completion process, we do indicate as a percentage how far a loan is in the process. And as you guys may know, if you've got several milestones built here, but let's say 4 or 5 of them happen at the end because it's, final underwriting's in, CD out, docs out, signed docs funded, right? That process can take 2 or 3 days for all those milestones, and maybe you only have 3 or 4 milestones before that. So it can be sort of weighted the wrong direction. This email can be. So if I click and save changes here and I send this update out, I'll show you what the email looks like. As a default, it comes through with a percentage on it. Here it is. You are now 15% of the way to your new loan. If I change that setting, go to settings, go to loan templates, and check this box, this percentage will not show up in the template. Okay, so for those of you who are maybe back weighted in the process and have many milestones being triggered the last couple days, and the percentage is throwing some people off, go ahead and check that box, and this will be gone from your template. Now on to some of the 1003 features that we recently updated. So if you are using the 1003, great. We did update a few features which can be found inside your profile. One of them is the ability to embed an actual video into the top of your 1003. So you can see right here it says loan application YouTube video. This is only for YouTube videos. So if you have a video introduction to your team, your loan process, whatever you like, go ahead and enter the URL into this setting menu, or to the, into your profile right here where it says profile, loan officer, loan application, and that will be embedded above your 1003. Let me show you how it works. First, go to YouTube, find the video that you want to embed, copy the link, paste the link, click save, and then when you go to your loan application, you either send it to your borrower by clicking this link here, sending a short, long form via email or text, or you can go to your portal and click directly on the loan application link here, apply for a loan. This video now will appear at the top of your 1003. Okay, so if you want to use that feature, just embed the full, okay, not the short, the full URL for YouTube video here. You don't want to go down here to share and embed this short link. This will not work. Okay, it has to be the full YouTube URL, which you see up here at the top. All right, so hopefully that will help. Several of the loan officers who are using our new loan application system have found this helpful. You want to do, in order to download the loan file, there's 2 places to download the 1003. You can go inside the loan, or it's actually going to be a lead. So if you ever get a loan application, it's going to be technically a lead, and it will be what they call a qualified lead, which will have a little check mark that appears over here. If it's a qualified lead, great, that means there's a loan application. You will get an email notification letting you know that. Inside the lead itself, once you're in here, you can see there's a button to click application view, which will allow you to download the Fannie file, or you can click other actions and actually export the Fannie file directly here. You can also view the full application by clicking application view, and this will take you through literally all the fields inside of the loan application that are available. So if for some reason importing the loan file is not working, or you just want to look at the data that's in here, you can do that just in the application view, scroll down, find the field you want, and then you'll have the information you need. We've also done several updates with lead management and when a customer applies for a loan, what sort of access they have within the system. And so I'm going to record a separate video to walk you through exactly how your new applicants will get ushered through the loan process from loan application till they download the app on their phone directly. So stay tuned for that video to come along shortly.